This is everything else. Yeah.
Welcome to another jam-packed edition, gun shooting, fire blazing, dragon breathing, Caesar inducing edition of everything else. I am one of the hosts, Marcus the Grand Finale, and I am joined by, but not one, not two, but on a special discounted day, all three Jamals are here today. Jamal, how you doing today?
I'm on that Family Dollar and Dollar General discount just for today.
For that special
Three for the price of one.
Three for the price of one. You get all three faces for the price of one. Or you can start now and get 3 easy flex payments. The complete Jamal collection.
Oh my god.
We got Manny in the chat, and Manny is also going 10 likes as Uncle Howdy walks to your door. I'll give you $2 million if Uncle Howdy just randomly walks to your door.
$2 million? You got that? Oh, you're gonna take the casino money. I got you.
Yeah.
You're gonna take the casino.
I am going to steal at my job at that point.
Uncle Howdy, it's time. It's time.
Many with conspiracy theorists are fighting. But moving on to everything that's going on in the world of professional wrestling. Again, it doesn't stop. It never stops, apparently. You know, it don't take breaks. 1 week, Vince McMahon's coming back. Next thing you know, there's Jay Briscoe's pass. Unfortunately, next thing you know, there's free agents everywhere. And then now we're back to full circle as Mark Briscoe able to perform on Dynamite. The Briscoes ban from television is over from Warner Discovery, who was like, "Oh, it's Jay's birthday. Shout out to Jay. We'll let him fight Jay. We'll let Mark fight Jay Lethal live tonight on Dynamite as a tribute match."
That's gonna be actually a great match to watch. I didn't expect them to do something so soon, and especially like on the day of Jay Briscoe's birth. The fact that Mark Briscoe gets to be on like television is a good thing. So, you know, we'll see what happens when it pertains to that.
Yeah. I believe, as Tony Khan said, this will be the most viewed match in probably the Briscoes history, which is probably true because the first time they've actually been on cable television, which other than whatever they were doing, or national cable. I don't know what the hell is going on with Sinclair or whatever, but
I mean that just is attribution to what the Briscoes as a whole, not just Jay, like, you know, but Mark Briscoe as well. Like, you know, Chicken has his own little freaking legacy behind him as well. You know, he's a good singles competitor himself.
Thought his redneck combo, but I think it's gonna be a tough watch. That's gonna be a tough watch to watch. That match to watch.
You know, how emotional?
Yeah.
How emotional are you going to be when you hear Mark Briscoe come out to the ring?
With Reach for the Sky, you may just go like, God damn, like right away as soon as you go. And then how emotional is Mark Briscoe going to be? This is a guy who doesn't really show much emotion ever. He'll show anger, you know, he'll show like he's crazy or whatever. But seeing a softer side of Mark Briscoe, you might see that tonight as he's come out and has his first match for the first time without his brother either being live in the back to watch him or something like that. This is gonna be, it's gonna be intense, and I don't know.
That pop is gonna go insane. It could be like 6 niggas in the fucking AEW arena, and that pop will still go crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I got head displayed. I got a long ovation for Mark Briscoe, and you know, and shout out to Jay Lethal for being the opponent of choice for this. This is probably the right guy. He's one of the better wrestlers that Ring of Honor and AEW has. It's unfortunate that he's involved in some nonsense with the Jeff Jarrett and all that, but I feel like they're gonna go hard. They're gonna have
out of there. Get him out.
I watched your match of the week, but I can't remember if this was one of the. This couldn't have been. I don't know if you recorded it or
no, because like prior to me recording the match of the week, which I actually missed one match, which was the Royal Rumble match itself. So like, you know, but that's
a given.
my whole thing with the matches of the week, just so I can make it very clear for everybody, because I've been getting DMs. I've been getting the DMs. Oh, but you didn't talk about this match.
But
Oh,
how
but
about
you
this
didn't mention
thing?
this match. Of course, there's certain matches I'm not going to mention because you're already going to watch it. I'm trying to give you matches that you might not watch or you might not be privy to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that makes sense. And by going, my match of the week, I'm going to pick the Royal Rumble. Check that out. Everybody that's watching this channel or in any wrestling circle, even if you're not in a wrestling circle, are probably going to peep out the Royal Rumble. It's like a given. You can, men or women, it doesn't matter. Like if you want to talk about, you want to peep up with some shit, it's be like, hey, check out Impact Wrestling, check out the pit fight match, which I kept saying I call fight pit discussion because I thought it was that, but they just reversed those words.
it was a good match, wasn't it?
It was a great match actually. I was impressed. Kenny King showed more than just being a athletic high flyer. He showed his ground game, just brutality he could put on somebody.
He showed more than being a bachelor from The Bachelor. The Bachelor. I
or
remember
a chip, yeah, or a Chippendales dancer.
Chip and Dale's dancer in Vegas, son. This man Kenny.
All right. So I guess we can start from there. Impact Wrestling, I thought, put on a really good show this week. It was main evented by this pit fight match between Speedball Mike Bailey and Kenny King. What were your thoughts in general of this match?
Um, a lot of people were saying like, oh, because WWE did this prior, that Impact is trying to bite off of the product or whatever not. And here's my thing, and this is gonna be kind of a hot take, maybe not a hot take. Everything in wrestling is recycled. I don't give a fuck.
Oh,
Battle
yeah.
Royal, the Royal Rumble, fucking a cage match, a fucking everything is gonna be recycled one way, shape, or form. No matter what the fuck you call it. You know that shit that MLW got called Battle Riot? It's the motherfucking Royal Rumble. Stop playing that shit with me. And the Royal Rumble is nothing but a reverse Battle Royal. Like Battle
No,
Royal.
it's not a. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It is not a
I told you
reverse
it was a hot
battle
take.
royal.
I told you it was a hot take. I told you.
That's how I'll let it say. The Royal Rumble is not a reverse battle royal.
Yes, it is.
It
Yes,
is a
it is.
straight up battle royal.
By
It is a battle royal.
by the definition of what a battle royal is, you start off with X amount of competitors in the ring at the same time, and then the last person standing after they get tossed over the top rope wins. Andre the Giant has done this for fucking a millennia. So fucking, for WWE or WWF at the time to reverse it and make it a thing, like that's what makes it exciting, because you don't know who's coming in, you don't know. And stuff like
but
that.
the reverse
The Royal
battle
Rumble
royal
is a reverse battle royal. Let's
no
stop with that. Let's
a
stop.
reverse battle royal. Hold on, a reverse battle royal is that the opponents fight on the outside of the ring to get inside the ring.
Oh my god! Don't hit me
That
with
is-
semantics.
Hold on, that is what Impact Wrestling did, and they have called it the reverse battle royal. So to compare it like that. Now
This must have been during freaking the fucking Anthem Owl, because they don't know what the fuck they talking about.
this was not Anthem. This was before Dixie. This is Jeff Jarrett.
This is Jeff Jarrett's stupid ass. Fuck that
Jeff
shit the
Jarrett.
fuck up out of
This
here.
is Jeff Jarrett and Vince
Get out.
Russo. This is
Get
Jeff
him
Jarrett,
out of
Vince
here.
Russo TNA.
You killed it. You killed it already. Vince Russo, get it out of here.
Yeah,
Toss it to the trash.
you the one who brought up. I didn't know that you didn't know that they did this on Reverse Battle Royal.
I know that they did this, but I'm just saying, it's not. That's just like freaking who's the company recently that did the reverse King of the Mountain match? Oh, Shawn Michaels, freaking King of the Mountain. Come on, I told you. Like I said, everything in wrestling is recycled. Back to what I was originally saying. Everything in wrestling is recycled.
I agree with you on that one. I just couldn't agree with the Reverse Battle Royal statement. I would not allow that to stand. I would not allow that to stand. That all of a sudden I'm watching a Reverse Battle Royal that I like. No, I've seen it. I've lived through a Reverse Battle Royal. It is nonsense. It is nonsense. Now, if you were to say the Royal Rumble is nothing but a gauntlet match, but there are no eliminations unless you go over the top rope, then you can say it, because that's
Not
all
even,
it is.
because a gauntlet match involves a pinfall or a submission.
It's a gauntlet royal battle royal. That's what the Royal Rumble is.
That's what the Royal Rumble needs. They need to make it pinfall and submission to be eliminated.
I
That would
think
be
the
good.
last. I think the last two, the way Impact used to do their rumbles, the last two would have to fight for a pinfall and submission. I think
Nah,
the Royal Rumble should
make
add the
this
pinfall submission at the end.
make this interesting. You can only win or lose in the ring, pinfall or submission.
Ah, no one's ever losing.
30 men, 30 women. You can only win pinfall submission. Fuck the over the top rope bullshit. Let's get down to the brass tacks. Finishers are getting hit every fucking 6 minutes. Like, come on.
We will be in this match for 6 years. Because I will just stay out the ring. You can't pin me unless I go out there.
What
Dang, it'd be like a cricket match.
Y'all acting like this is a match on freaking WWF SmackDown versus Raw or some shit. Like that will take forever. But no, this is real pro wrestling. Like, come on, man.
This would go on forever. Imagine Kofi Kingston going, I've never been pinned. I have yet to be pinned in the Royal Rumble match. But you were beat the shit like outside the ring.
But again, it's just like even with those long matches that we've seen before and stuff like that, like scramble matches and shit like that, Iron Man matches and stuff. It's the same thing. You could easily eliminate them quick as hell, just like you toss them over the rope. Choke slam 1, 2, 3. You're out of here. Pack them the fuck up. Like, it doesn't matter.
I don't want to see a full battle royale elimination match. I think over the top is easy enough for me. It adds the excitement of randomness. Once you get the pinfalls, it goes down to who's the person that can get the pin and all that. I don't need all that. I don't need that stress. I don't want to see Gunther in there getting pinned by Scripps because he got F5 by Lesnar. That's what you're asking for. You're asking for anarchy.
Machine Gun Kelly pins like freaking
Machine Gun Anderson. Nah, I like the unpredictability of who could get thrown out next. But with that, Royal Rumble and everybody being recycled, the next topic is free agents galore out there. Who do you have showing up in the Rumble? I saw your preview of your short. I don't know if we're going to spoil it here, but who do you have showing up in the Rumble? Not winning or anything, just showing up. That you go like, oh, what?
Well, like, that choice that I made on the shorts, which I won't spoil, that was actually Genesis' choice. Genesis's choice of who's gonna come back or come and be in the Rumble. But I've always since last year I was talking about Jay White entering into this Royal Rumble match, or even the Impact Women's Champion again. Mickey James could probably do it again. Somebody from another company should be entering in this Royal Rumble match. That's assigned to another company that's in the Royal Rumble match. Somebody somewhere is going to do it.
Which one outside the other company would you want to see the most? That's not on anybody's
Naito
radar.
would be crazy. Naito would be crazy. Tanahashi would be crazy. Freaking Jay White. I just discussed this earlier with you. What if they give Mark Briscoe the pass and just let Mark Briscoe be in the Rumble match? Just If what you call it, they were like, hey Tony, can we borrow Mark for it in tribute? It'd be a tribute. Pay the man anything that he wants to get paid. Pay the company whatever they got to be paid to fucking have that happen. And I guarantee you, it's a moment. It's a moment in time.
Yeah. Or maybe at 30 you put Jay Briscoe at the Rumble. Just put his name in a picture and just say that number 30. Be a nice tribute thing. Ready? I don't know if Texas, the crowd will pop for it. You don't know what's in Texas these days.
What? Wasn't New Japan in Texas like last year, and they had like a big old freaking pay-per-view? They had like a pay-per-view out in Texas. It was Okada versus not Zack Sabre Jr. It was Okada versus I'm drawing a blank. Nah, they had matches out in Texas, man. It was the first time they were in Texas, and huge crowd came out.
I believe they were there for I forgot what the weekend. Oh, it
You're,
was last year for, was it WrestleMania? Was it WrestleMania?
it was around
It was a
that time
WrestleMania
or a
weekend. It
little
was WrestleMania
before.
weekend.
Yeah, it was around that time or a little before.
But I think in the ultimate no, I don't think the landscape of WWE is going, oh shoot, who's gonna pop more? I think that they know that people are watching. I think you can have whoever's doing commentary, whether it's Michael Cole or Corey Graves or
Michael Cole all of a
whoever's
sudden
there,
is an
who's gonna go.
encyclopedia of all of wrestling out of nowhere now. Like, what the fuck?
That's former
Shit.
IWGP champion. That's
What the
doing
fuck
that
do you know
show.
about
Leader of Los
IWGP, Michael Cole?
Canobles.
Sit your ass down. Fuck IWGP. I want
He's
you to
gonna
say
put
that
that
shit every time Finn Balor comes out into the fucking ring. Former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champ. I want you to say that, Michael Cole.
You want to know something funny though? Of all the titles that the WWE does bring up, it is the IWGP title, and this is under the Vince era. They were bringing it up for Lesnar. They were bringing it up as like, you know, former IWGP champion,
UFC
UFC,
champion,
all that, you know,
WWE,
all his accolades.
all his accolades, all of
They're
it.
bringing that up, and then even in the older days when they were bringing a Japanese wrestler, they're bringing up the IWGP title reign. So it's not far beneath them to be like, that's touching or not.
We saw Ten Ryu in freaking the '94 Rumble. So like, you know,
in there, legend to the game where you had a nice sidebar. Check out the '94 watch along. Interesting show. But Naito is a free agent. I don't know if, you know, if I'm going to be at AEW, I'm, you know, knocking at his door going, hey man, what's up? What you want to? What you looking at? What kind of money you looking at?
Naito is very tricky, you know. Very tranquilo Naito is. The last time WWE tried to make negotiations with Naito, he fucking set up the whole meeting, asked them to come meet him for some fucking coffee so that way he could talk some contract discussions, and he stood them up and left them fucking waiting.
Well, negotiations are done with Naito. They're like, I ain't talking to him.
So Naito is a very tricky person, so
but other people, I wouldn't mind if there was a Jay White tribute, like I said, just a picture and it's like an empty number that comes out. And, you know,
the Jay Briscoe.
I respect Jay Briscoe. Naito with the Jay White Hikuleo. I don't know what their contract status are. It goes back and forth from day to day if they're free or they're not free. And I know they still have dates, but that'd be an interesting choice. Manny's boy Nick Aldis is out there in the streets.
This is the part where Manny just closes the laptop and he's done. Yep. He's done for the day.
His show's over. Finished. I wouldn't mind seeing Jacob Fatu showing up in the Rumble. Don't know.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
That would be interesting, considering, you know, he is technically a part of the bloodline of canon in the show, but he would be. It would be interesting to have him show up for that. But of all the free agents out there in the world, it's still I don't know who's left out there. Like, I feel like there's a lot of people who can randomly show up in different promotions, but
I mean, you know, they could get you know, Brodus Clay to come with the 10 pounds of gold. Fucking they could do that. They could get Matt Cardona. You know, they just signed his wife, so
they did. They just signed his wife.
It wouldn't be a shock to see him pop up, you know.
And then recently he reapplied to get the name Zack Ryder for the patent for that since it expired. So it wouldn't be a total shock out of left field if radio tell me everything you know. I love that song.
I forgot how annoying. Yo, that's when he came out with Alicia Fox with the one leg and the fucking the one leg tie. Like, no, son. Oh my God! Don't remind me.
Hey, I would have fun if William Regal showed up in the Rumble.
He's not allowed to be on television.
Allegedly, no one knows the deal with that. I think he's doing it to be nice. I don't.
If he did that shit, that Mark Briscoe is out of the window. Any AEW is out of the window.
That's it. You took Regal back like that. But
They should have
interesting
brought Billy
scenarios.
Gunn back for the DX tribute on Monday, but you
They're
know,
not. They're not.
they being facetious at this point.
They're never gonna do it until he's done with AEW or or
He's not going
DX
to be.
joins.
He's too over. But it's not even him. It's the Acclaim that's over.
Yeah, but that can eventually die. It's not like either one of these companies are going anywhere anytime soon. Contracts expire. Like next time his contract is up, I'm sure he's gonna show up on a random ass. We're getting a live DX reunion with you, Billy. Get over here. In the middle of June has nothing to do with DX, but we're gonna do it anyway.
All right. So now that we talked about them free agents, boy, let's get to these meat and potatoes in Japan.
Yeah.
Freaking
What is going on in Japan?
yo.
All right. First of all, if you've seen the thumbnail, Okada and I am suck with names.
Kaito Kiyomiya.
Taito Kiyomiya are fighting. There was a tag match with Makabe, and they're just gonna have a nice. It was kind of a friendly just kill. Okada starts the match off with total disrespect. It was like, I ain't wasting my time fighting this fool and sit there. Next thing you know, Okada is I think he has somebody in submission, and then he's breaking it up, and then I can't say his name. I keep fucking it up. Kiyomiya kicks him in the head, sets Okada off, and they just start brawling for the next like 5-6 minutes.
Bro, they I'm talking closed fists. Niggas is yelling at each other. They fucking going at it. I mean, like with disdain in their hearts.
Yeah.
Disdain in their hearts. I was sitting watching this, and I'm at work, freaking out. And people at work, I was like, "Yo, what the fuck is going on with you over there?" I was like, "Nah, you don't understand.
You don't understand. You don't understand.
This
You
is
don't
crazy."
understand. Look what's going on here. What? This shit looks legit.
Kiyomiya ended up busting Okada open too.
Yeah. It was one of those pull aparts where you look at it and be like, yeah.
The shots to the head, the kicks, did you see the kicks? He's soccer kicking. He's PK in the face, in the head, in the back of the head. He's close fist punching. He's running start kick. God, what are you doing?
Okada is lifting him up. He's like, fuck this. I'll lift your ass up and throw you on this table. Lifts his dead weight ass up on the table. And then just starts throwing monitors at his face. And I'm like, yo, chill.
What you guys have to understand is that these two are the representation of each other's companies, right? Kiyomiya is the GHC heavyweight champion, which is the Pro Wrestling Noah heavyweight champion. And then with Okada being the IWGP heavyweight champion as well, they're both the representation of their companies, and they're showing utter disrespect to each other like that, utter disrespect to the other company like that. And it's just like, geez, what is going on? This is like real beef. And this is like, not a tribulation to what else was going on, because Los Ingobernables de Japón, who is New Japan Pro Wrestling, versus Congo, who, if you guys have not been watching Pro Wrestling Noah, Congo is that group. Like these guys are fucking fantastic.
Yeah. For the little bit I saw of them over the weekend, whether it was the New Japan versus match or this one, and like it was like, oh, this is a pretty cool group. I don't know anybody in it. I'm not like up to date on Noah, but it does seem like this is a pretty good set here. This seems like this is their group. This is their Bloodline / Bullet Club.
Congo is a problem. So, like, if there's any group that you're gonna watch in Pro Wrestling Noah, it would be Congo.
But this was good. This is good entertainment. And then they announced that the match was gonna happen between Okada and Kiyomiya. And then Okada comes out and was like, "Fuck him! He kicked me in my face. I ain't fighting this dude. I'm more expensive than that. You ain't paying me." I'm going, what the fuck? So I don't know if that match is happening. If it is, it is. But
February 21st. We can wait. We gotta wait. February 21st.
It was a really good pull apart. For watching this one and then seeing the NXT pull apart between Breaker and Grayson, you go like, oh, look at these kids running around.
Yeah, compared to that, like, no, yeah. Like that was nothing. And then he goes to the PC Center doing all types of dumb shit. I'm like,
This is nothing.
Kids.
Okada and Kiyomiya tried to kill each other in Japan just hours ago, or about a few days ago. But really well done, pull apart. What are your thoughts on the Darby Allin Sting Great Muta last goodbye match in general with Hakushi?
It was a good little send off. Great Muta having a match with like Hakushi and Marufuji, and it was
It had
a nice
history.
little send off. You said what happened?
I said it had history to the match more.
It had history. It had everything that it needed to have, and it brought AEW a little more exposure in the Japan audience's eyes. I know that they have this Japan, exactly what New Japan does in English, they're doing it in Japanese for AEW television. So, they got that partnership going on very well.
Yeah. The match was just okay for what it was. Shout out to Ultimo Dragon showing up on one of these shows. I can't remember which one he was actually on, but I was like, he still got it. Still one of my all-time favorites. Love Ultimo Dragon. But check some of that stuff out. It was just a lot going on in Japan this weekend. It was just like, oh. But I still don't think Muta's not gonna top his Nakamura match. He continues to have matches. He has one more match. He announced Naito as his last opponent as the final match. And I feel like I don't think he's gonna top the Nakamura one though.
Unless he shows up in the Royal Rumble, like Ross recommended.
Yep. Ross goes at Great Muta in Royal Rumble. And it would make sense. It would make sense. It was an eye for an eye trade. All right, we gave you our guy. We want your guy for the Rumble.
Great Muta Hall of Fame 2023.
I think this year, yeah, probably. It's probably happening.
I mean, they did it for fucking who they do it for? They did it for Ultimate Dragon. They did it for Antonio Inoki. They did it for a plethora of them. Jushin Thunder Liger, the recent one. Yeah. So
for people who've never really
he's gotta go.
With everything.
He's gotta go. He's surefire.
They go Hakushi, or was it Manny? No wonder Manny's been so tired. Manny had one more match. She's like, me and Muta.
I can see Manny with the kanji drawn all over his face.
Yeah. Guys,
jet lag, Manny. Jet lag.
Let's also add this. It wouldn't be a morning without J.K. Swift saying, "Good morning, good afternoon." Make Hulk Hogan get sprayed with black mist every time he opens his fridge.
Can you imagine opening your fridge and just getting sprayed with the fucking mist?
I would. Can you imagine trying to hide that shit? Trying to and then go in there and I just need to get my eggs, brother. What the fuck? Why are the eggs?
Oh my god.
Oh man, Manny had the same thought. Going, I want some eggs, brother. Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Just him feeling good in the middle of the night trying to get a bowl of cereal. Let me get the milk, brother. Why has it got to be black mist? Why?
Booker T comes out of nowhere. I told you, we coming for you, nigga.
Coming for you, nigga. I swear to God, I wish we could get that random moment of Booker T and Hulk Hogan doing that, and then he could just come and say, "Hulk Hogan, I'm coming for you, nigga."
And then he said,
"Yes, ooh, that's the best mistake ever." Just I'm fucked up. I felt myself way too much in that one, but it's one of the great moments in wrestling history. Just him just going ooh, and then Sherry just calming him down. It's okay, baby. It's okay. It's one mistake. Booker T is probably going to be in a Rumble. It's in Texas. I got Booker T, Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels. That's the legend.
Pack them the fuck up out of here. You know my stance.
I know your stance.
No Ric Flairs, no fucking Stone Colds, no Booker T's. Pack them all up the fuck up out of here. Get them out of here. Put Carmelo Hayes in the Rumble. Put Grayson Waller, Braun Breaker, not Scott Steiner, not Rick Steiner, Braun Breaker. Put him in, okay?
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm going to cut you off right there. If Scott Steiner in the Rumble stops. I'm just saying. Scott Steiner in the Rumble. The Rumble stops. The Rumble stops. And I am 100% invested in whatever Scott's doing.
Yo, all you can hear the pop? Holler if you hear me. But it's not Scott. It's Braun Breaker coming out as Scott.
Yeah. Many would like for Booker T to be in the Rumble and eliminated by the New Day because he's been talking a lot of shit to them.
Specifically, Xavier Woods doing it. I need Xavier Woods to do it.
I know Woods has been out with injury or something, so that's why they haven't been wrestling.
Nah. He's healthy. About Big E. Big E's been out with injury, and
Woods has been out. Good. Woods is out recently now. He's hurt.
What?
That's why they're not wrestling. Yeah, he's been hurt for the past few weeks.
That's why they just been doing segments after segments.
That's why they're doing segments. Is because he's hurt.
Allegedly, Britt Baker is hurt too. She's out. And that's the AEW's women's division right there. Let
me tell you something about Britt being hurt, though. It's probably the best thing to happen for Jamie Hayter. Let her be on her own. So she doesn't have to, be in Britt's shadow every time she comes out.
I've heard this from multiple different podcasts, everything from the Jobber Tears podcast to those wrestling girls to what the heck? True Heel Heat. Like, everybody's been saying the same thing. Jamie Hayter is not going to be anything until Britt Baker is out of the picture.
Pretty much. And we'll see. We will see if they let her go on her own. But the storyline, I mean, she has to beat Britt Baker. Britt Baker has to turn on her and go for the title. But we have too many turns lately with the, I guess, Tony Storm and Saraya attack on Willow Nightingale, who did nothing to deserve that attack.
Did nothing wrong. My poor girl Willow. Did nothing wrong.
All right. Is there anything else to cover? I feel like we covered a lot in 30 minutes, and I was like, damn, that was just...
We speedballed Mike Bailey this month.
We went through this. Where was this energy yesterday when I didn't have time? We literally went through a week of work of shit oh yeah, how about the fight pit? How about the Rumble? How about these free agents? How about Naito? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, this show is jam-packed. I'm like, it's definitely going an hour. I look at the time, I go, 32 minutes. We have rushed through all of it.
I mean, we can touch on a few things. Again, I don't know what the relationship between New Japan Pro Wrestling and Pro Wrestling Nova is going to be continuing forward, but they have to figure out a situation where they don't have animosity. I mean, there's going to be competition, yes, but the animosity got to stop. If they're going to continue being partners and partnership.
You sound like you trying to unite the Bloods and Crips right now. That's what it sounds like.
Look, if Raw and SmackDown can get together and become one show, then it's okay.
We're gonna have the Judgment Day tie their brags with the Bloodline on SmackDown this week. Talk about peace, good brothers.
Sami Zayn better fucking not show up on SmackDown. I know that much. You don't want us to get Roman Reigns better not see him on WWE television until the
Yeah, I better not see. It's gonna backfire on Roman so much. Where were you? Or
you told me not to be here.
You told me not to. You asked me not to be here. I'm trying to listen to you. I didn't tell you to win the Royal Rumble easy.
Son, I see Sami Zayn probably accidentally winning the Royal Rumble.
I can see that. And then you know how they're selling the Elimination Chamber, the spoiler that Sammy's on the poster or whatever it is of him in the chamber or something like that. What if it's Sammy versus the entire bloodline in the chamber?
Yo.
I thought about that, and when
Kevin Owens makes a save.
Somewhere along that line, it's just Sammy, and then it's Jimmy, it's Jay, and then Jimmy trying to help him. Y'all, we don't need to be. Not Jimmy, Jay trying to help him. I think we can have some amazing storytelling. But there is no segment this week on wrestling. I don't know if it's going to beat the trial of Sami Zayn. That was just so much fun. It was a talking segment that went on. Like, that whole hour of Raw was probably the most entertaining wrestling you're probably getting for most of the year.
And I want to say this too. One of my matches of the week ended up being fucking put to shit because of bad booking, and I'm just like, the fuck is this? Okay, I expected Becky Lynch and freaking Bayley to have a fucking banger in a steel cage match, and I know you guys touched on this on the Untitled Mania Market show, but what the fuck, bro? That shit really pissed me off.
That is the what the fuck moment of. We couldn't cut some of these other segments out or cut time for anything else.
Bro,
that we just
why am I having a match with fucking Bianca Belair and fucking Sonya Deville? Why am I having this match? Why fuck Kurt Angle trying to be in DX? The fuck? The hell?
See the DX thing, I understand how we got there and all that, but I cut that shit short too. I cut that.
The segment with Diamond Dallas Page and fucking Medusa, nobody cares. Pack them up. Get them out of here.
All that could have been cut. I would honestly cut the main event shorter. It wasn't much of a match. It was just Lesnar coming out and beating up on Bobby. They could have did that in 10 seconds. Like, here's our main event. Here come Bobby Lashley. Here come Austin Theory. Bobby's whooping on Theory for a minute. And then next thing you know,
yeah, and then Brock comes out, handles his business, and dips. Like, the fuck?
3-minute match. 3-minute match, and you're done.
And it would have worked, too.
Yeah.
Manny says all the poker segments could have been cut. Yep. Should have been cut.
I was entertained by the poker segments, but at what cost, though? At what cost did we lose these segments? And they haven't even announced that Becky and Bayley are having a cage match next week. Like, they haven't even announced it. They need to just get on top of that. Oh, we're going to set this shit up for people on Raw.
The cage was a whole prop, bro.
Yeah, someone set that shit up and went, for real? For real?
We're just doing this just like this. That's it?
For real?
It's not even
wasting my time.
Imagine setting up the Elimination Chamber and the chamber match doesn't happen. Imagine. Can you imagine that?
Can imagine. Do you remember the chamber? You remember the chamber match when the first cash in by Edge, when Vince comes out there, raise that up, get it out. Get it out. That's what I imagine happening if they do the chamber in this match. Get it up. All right, I got another match here. I'm gonna squeeze this in.
That was a great cash in, by the way. It's the first ever one, so it was set the precedent of Money in the Bank.
It was unexpected. So everybody was leaving. No clue what was going to happen. No clue what was happening. Like, I understood. I remember understanding the concept of Money in the Bank. Like, oh, you could just get a title shot whenever. I didn't realize it could be whenever. That still didn't click in my head. And they've been saying it every week.
Until Edge did it. And then it was just like, oh, shit. Shit just changed. And then, like, years later, Seth Rollins doing it at Mania is just still blows my mind to this day.
Yeah.
Still blows my mind. Like, who does that? The main event of the biggest show of the year. And you're like, fuck that. I'm in this.
It's a triple threat match.
Not only do you insert yourself, but you win. You steal the title. Best cash in ever.
It is.
Nothing's gonna top it. Nothing. The Seth Rollins, then Edge, and then everything else.
Yeah, everything else feels like it's just extra. But except for some of those Feast of Fire cash-ins, I just felt like saying that.
What would be your third? What would be your third? You know, Seth Rollins number 1, Edge number 2. What is your third Money in the Bank cash-in?
Oh, it's clearly Austin Theory. No, I'm playing.
A-Town down.
My third, it might be the Ziggler one. I think it's Ziggler. I think that would be the one
where, like, you know, the huge pop with Ziggler and coming out. Yeah.
Yeah. You know. But then I also like the Randy Orton on Bryan Danielson after SummerSlam. because I
that
was
was
there
crazy.
for that one. And
That
then,
was
you know, like, oh, he beat John Cena. Oh, shit. That's real.
You
And then
know,
Triple
this
H is standing there, and I'm like, why is he still in the ring? And then, bah! And then he pedigreed, and Orton comes out, and it was starting up the Authority, and Orton basically simping for the Authority for a few bits. And I was like, oh, I enjoyed this.
Nah, remember when Daniel Bryan stole the title with the Money in the Bank?
Yep.
That was funny as hell. Big Show didn't know what happened.
Yep.
Oh, he was so pissed. Damn.
Trying to think.
Manny says it's Dolph. It's because of that pop. It has to be.
Mm-hmm. Dolph got the best pop, and then the promo after. But it was probably a good third. Yeah, it was short-lived. It's very memorable. It's very, very unmemorable. Big E was a part of that one. Whatever the fuck, whatever that was, and whatever that was. But be sure to add in the comments your favorite cash-in of all time, or even what was your favorite? Since we are close to the Rumble, what was your favorite Royal Rumble victory? Well, how about you?
So I actually watched my favorite yesterday with Genesis. I was going through all the Royal Rumbles because after watching the watch along with you guys, I was like, I'm inspired to watch a Royal Rumble match. Let me watch a Rumble match full. And it was actually Rey Mysterio lasting from number 2, tribute to Eddie Guerrero, 2006. Great Royal Rumble match, like the match itself, you know. A lot less bullshit, a lot more wrestling. You know, the fact that Rey Mysterio dedicated it to Eddie Guerrero and then winning, and you know, just I remember being there at the time, not being in Miami at the time, but like remember watching it as I was young back then. You know, it was just such a feel good moment. Like you don't really get those feel goods anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm super happy that he won the Royal Rumble and stuff like that. The year that Roman Reigns won, that Daniel Bryan should have won, that should have been that next feel good moment. No, like, you know, it's still Rey Mysterio. Prior to that, it would have been the Chris Benoit one, but you know, due to I don't want nobody getting canceled and praising Benoit in that Rumble match, which was crazy. It was good.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of the better ones. Shawn Michaels' second Royal Rumble win, not the first one, but the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked Steve Austin's first stolen victory. When he stole the victory when Brett thought he had him eliminated already.
And then you tossed
I was so happy about that shit. Ric Flair 92.
Ric Flair comes to mind. Ric Flair.
With a Terima! You know, all that shit.
Wins the championship. Triple H winning the championship at the end. Remember the Rumble that was for the title, and Triple H ends up eliminating Jon Moxley at the end, and then becomes the 14-time world champion.
Yeah,
that was one.
My favorite Rumble of all time was the 2020 Rumble, though. With the Lesnar starting at number 1, talking about take everyone from 30, and then everybody coming out one by one, and then Drew finally gets his ass, and everybody's like, ah! And then Drew has his look, and they just really sell the shit out of that. Like, in that Rumble, it was so many good stories being told in that Rumble that you were just like, man.
You know what was a dynamic that WWE dropped the ball on when it pertains to Rumble? 2018 Royal Rumble. Both Royal Rumble winners, which was the first women's one, the first women's Royal Rumble match ever, and the men's Royal Rumble, 2 Japanese stars winning the Royal Rumble at the same time, and they dropped the ball. Both Asuka and Shinsuke should have won the title that year, and they didn't.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh yeah, Shelton Dead thought he was safe.
Yeah.
Damn.
Hey, I really enjoyed the time. One of my favorite Rumble moments is Curtis Axel never being eliminated and going with that for like a year.
I mean, like we can argue, right?
700. It's been 200 days and I still haven't been eliminated in the Royal Rumble.
Fuck Axelmania. We got to talk about Spike Dudley getting fucking ripped off. Fucking Nunzio getting fucking punked for his number. Fucking who else got beat the hell up for their fucking like mad people got beat the hell up for their nut. Maven technically wasn't eliminated
Yeah, when the Undertaker beat the shit out of him after eliminated. Maven eliminated Undertaker in a Rumble.
So he got his ass kicked. Like I remember popcorn flying all over the fucking place.
Yeah. I just remember the popcorn. The popcorn is burning my head.
Like ass all over the arena. Like, damn, son. And while we're on the topic of the Rumble, who was your favorite celebrity in the Royal Rumble match? What was your favorite celebrity moment in the Royal Rumble match?
Favorite celebrity moment.
There's a lot, man.
I know. There's always Drew Carey was an easy one when he was in there and then he was trying to do shit. He was like, no.
King comes out and he's like, nah, I'm not doing that. When Pete Rose came out, tried to eliminate Kane, got his ass kicked. Damn it. Oh man. Bad Bunny was very impressive. His first stint in the Rumble.
Yeah. He actually made it through for a bit. He didn't like just come in and just get thrown out. He was in there for a bit in his Rumble. I was like, oh.
He was taking
he's probably
bumps.
Coming back again.
He was taking hella bums. He was in there with Brock Lesnar, son. The fuck?
Yeah, it was like Bad Bunny, Randy Orton, Seth Rollins, and some people. It was like like Drew, and it was like this is Bad Bunny's in the final 5 or whatever it was.
My son Bad Bunny was in there, man. Damn, that's crazy.
Check out Logan Paul this year in the Rumble.
Oh my fuck! Don't do it, Logan. Logan, if you can listen to me, you or Jake, don't do it. Not this year.
One of them going in.
Not this year. Don't do it.
Tyson Fury might be in this one too.
Tyson Fury is actually a wild guess, but like I could see that. And then Braun Strowman's in there. We're not done. I'm not finished with you. Like, you can do that shit. Where you pierce nipples and shit. The fuck.
Braun don't want no real fighters anymore, man. He don't want no real fighters. After Brock Lesnar put it on him. Imagine Tyson Fury putting it on Braun.
Tyson Fury is on some shit, man. He's trying to fight Francis Ngannou and shit. He's trying to fight him in the fucking octagon. Ew.
Hey, I'm rooting for Vince McMahon to be in the Rumble for no reason.
Yo, what? How big of a pop do you think McMahon will get?
It would be a gas first. So, and then be, hey, no chance. Everybody singing no chance in hell.
You can hear Michael Cole automatic. Oh my, the boss, not Sasha Banks.
Not Sasha Banks. The real boss.
Oh, damn.
All right. We talked about the men's Rumble. What about the women's Rumble? Who would you want to see in that Rumble from any promotion or anywhere? Let's say contracts didn't exist or anything like that. Man, he's a fool. But there
you have it. All the allegations are done.
Yeah, for Vince to win this Rumble, no one shows up. Vince comes out as number 1 in the Women's Rumble. Everybody's like, what? Confused. Number 2 goes by. Number 3 goes by. No one walks out. He done NDA them all. They do not come out. I settled it all in the back.
Damn. Clear. Taya Valkyrie comes to mind. But nobody wants her to be Frances Monet because of Mercedes Monet. So that's not gonna happen. Chelsea Green is signed, so that'll be
probably
cool
in it.
So it'll be basically a Chelsea Zack Ryder combo. Here you go in the Rumble at the same number. Same number.
We give you this.
Mickey James would be cool to see again. I don't see anybody else. Like maybe Kyrie showing up with the IWGP Women's Championship. That'll be pretty cool.
That'd be cool.
Mai Watani,
Yeah. But if you can pick anybody, like it don't matter contracts or who would you put in that Rumble match just for fun? Just be like, hey, there, they don't have to win it.
Camille Brickhouse.
Oh, you throwing Camille, the NWA Women's Champion.
Camille Brickhouse.
Camille would be the one. I would go with I'm gonna say Zoya the Destroyer, but I was completely.
If you say what's her fucking stupid May Valentine, I'm gonna slap you. Stupid.
Oh shit, May Valentine, it ain't real. It ain't real. It ain't real. It's an unreal situation. No, it was I don't know why I'm messing up. You know, Sarah Logan took her look. What's her? I'm fucking her name.
Oh, you're talking about Max the Impaler.
Max the Impaler.
Oh my god! Imagine if Max the Impaler just shows up and then Valhalla's in the ring and she just completely mauls her, bro. God damn. Tough.
Yeah, I got Naomi showing up.
Oh, Naomi.
She gonna have everybody feeling the glow.
Trisha Dora. Put Trisha Dora in that hole.
I wouldn't mind if Tasha Steelz was able to join it.
Tasha Steelz.
For Impact. Let's get some of these Impact women in there.
Diana
Purrazzo, Tasha Steelz, Jordan Jordan
could stay her MAGA
Masha
self.
Yeah, they ain't got. You can't exclude the MAGAs.
Maurice,
You can't exclude the MAGAs.
Look, Maurice, I'm sorry that you're watching this, if you're watching this, but you know, our girl Jordan Grace is a MAGA, like full through and through. Don't let her relationship with Jonathan Gresham fool you. Jonathan Gresham is just a simp, big simp. You know, and that's no disrespect because, like, you know, he loves his wife. That's okay, but you know, nah, Jordan Grace on some MAGA shit.
Everybody, Nikita Lyons on some MAGA, like 90%.
Nikita Lyons is on some MAGA shit too.
90% of the women, or not women, just wrestlers in general, are on some MAGA shit. We just had the Undertaker in the ring with Bray Wyatt. I'm sure he whispered Trump 2024.
They're both team. The plot twist is that they're both team MAGA. Trump 2020. That's what he whispered in. Trump 2024.
Blue lives matter. What the fuck? I'm not for this.
Oh shit!
But so that's why I'm like, there any wrestlers' political views, I don't honestly give a shit. But like, Undertaker's coming out with Kid Rock talking about American Badass. That's legit. The most MAGA thing you can do.
What if Kid Rock comes out to the Royal Rumble?
Oh, I'm getting into the ring. I'm not even at the event, but I'm getting into the ring. I'm gonna get my hands on him.
Oh my god!
Shit, I'll beat that kid ass.
Damn, son. So, you know who needs to show up at the Royal Rumble? Kiyomiya, and then slap the taste out of whoever the top dog is.
Oh, you bold here, Noah. Yeah. Think that Austin Theory.
A-Town down. A-Town.
But I feel if Okada show up or any of the New Japan guys show up,
can you imagine hearing the coin drop?
We're in a different timeline.
If the coin drops and you hear Okada's theme hit, or even like if you hear Tanahashi's like, you know,
yeah, go Ace.
Like what? Great Muta, gotta hear that. Yep. You know, it'll be crazy.
I'm looking forward to the Rumble though.
This is probably the most anticipated Royal Rumble, and we say this every year, but this is probably the most anticipated one yet.
Yeah. For
both the men and the women's, there's only been 5 women's Royal Rumble winners. I think who do you think is going to win the women's Royal Rumble match?
Oh, it's Rhea. Rhea winning hands down.
You don't think Bayley? You don't think Bayley?
Nah. Bayley had like 8 titles. I think
Bayley deserves it. I think Bayley deserves it. I think Bayley deserved it 2 years ago.
2 years ago she should have won, but not now.
Why not?
Not while it's the Rhea Ripley era.
They
have
gotten rid of Mercedes Moné, so the only legacy that they have left would be Bayley. So get Bayley her fucking flowers. Let her get her Royal Rumble win. She can do the program with whoever's the fucking Raw champion by then, which could be Rhea Ripley. Rhea could beat fucking Bayley. It doesn't matter if Bayley loses or wins at Mania. It doesn't matter. Have her win the Rumble.
Bigger match at Mania right here. Bayley and let's say Bianca runs it all the way. Bianca or Rhea Bianca at Mania. Which one would you prefer to see for the title?
Yeah, it would be Rhea and Bianca.
That's the better matchup. It's the better characters, more athletic.
It's a better
I know
story.
we got
It's
an
a better
NXT better
story.
story. Yeah.
It's the better story because if people remember, Bianca eliminated Rhea to win.
Yeah, and we go
And
back.
Technically, if I'm being honest, Rhea should have won that Royal Rumble.
Yeah. It could have went either way at that one. I was happy with either one. When it came down to them fire to eliminate Charlotte, and it was just them, and then they got back in the ring, and then they started fighting, and then it just flipped on. I was like, it could have went either way. I was happy either way. Good times, though. All right, but that concludes the show. Tune in next week when we find out Andrade entered the Rumble.
When him and Naito take over WWE with Pro Wrestling Noah on their side, Kiyomiya kicks the tribal chief in the head.
I can see Okada and Roman Reigns joining forces going like, this motherfucker. This disrespectful piece of shit.
Tanahashi inserts himself for no reason whatsoever except go Ace.
He just walks out. I would love for Michael Cole. He was not a Royal Rumble entry. I don't know why that music played. I don't know what he's doing here.
Here's the bigger question. We know the cover athlete of WWE 2K23 is a blank cover. Does the blank cover enter the Royal Rumble?
He could. I wouldn't mind seeing it. It's depending on if he's going. I think he enters the Rumble if he's going to have a match at WrestleMania. If he's not going to have a WrestleMania match, he's probably not entering the Rumble.
So the person that eliminates him eventually should be the match.
Yeah. And if there's only one match for him to have, to be honest,
the IC title.
It could be for the IC title, and he goes against Gunther. That'd be dope. But if they're talking about big bucks in Hollywood, blockbuster, I know they're talking about Steve Austin coming back and offering a big way to have Steve Austin, John Cena.
Get him out of here.
I know you're trying to pack up your old guys. John Cena's one of those old guys.
Pack him up.
You need to accept it too. John Cena's one of those old guys.
John Cena is an old ass nigga too, but he's doing promotion. It's different.
I'm putting Steve Austin versus John Cena if I can make a match.
I don't want to see an old tired ass stunner. I'm tired of seeing Kevin Owens do the Stone Cold Stunner. I don't want to fucking see it. I'm tired of it. I'm over it. The Stun King of fucking 1999, you're looking at him, didn't fucking it's over. It's done. It's finished. The era is done. It's never
done. No. But that's the only way I want to see John Cena, if he's doing some big time legacy, big time blockbuster match. But then again, I would like to see him get the shit beat on by Gunther. But I think he'll sell for Gunther.
But see, here's the thing. It's like, it would be John Cena winning the IC title. Like that's the one title he hasn't won.
Mm-hmm.
And then he can make the IC title, like the US title, make it mean something again.
But what's his quest? I mean, he's not going to stay around.
No, it's not. It won't be for long.
He's not gonna, I don't think he's got a full run, and he got maybe 1 or 2 matches per year, but I don't think he has a run.
It won't be for long. He can drop the title again next week. It doesn't matter. He won the IC title.
Now, would you rather see him win the IC title or go for that Ric Flair record, they call it?
I mean, he's already tied. If John Cena wins the world title again, he'll officially be the GOAT. Like there would be no debate. He would be the greatest wrestler of all time until fucking somebody else does it. Or if Roman Reigns, the only thing that will diminish him being the greatest of all time is if Roman Reigns holds the title for another like 5 or 6 years and stuff like that, then Roman will be the greatest of all time. if he's able to hold it.
Yeah,
But
I don't think
I
Roman's
don't see
going
it.
that low.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, you know, that'll be the only way it diminishes, because like it's hard to put greatest of all time, right?
Yeah.
Fucking like, you know, you think Bruno Sammartino was the champion for 28 years straight.
Some ridiculous amount. I don't know if it was 28. I think
It was
like
28
10
years.
I think it was 10 years.
No, 28.
Uh,
Because he won it when he was young. He had it when he was old. And fucking his son ended up being in wrestling. And he was still the champ. Until fucking he lost to fucking the Sheik. Iron Sheik.
Yeah.
That's how long it took.
That's nonsense. It's nonsense right there.
Bruno was Madison Square Garden, son.
I know. It's bullshit. I hate all these old records that don't make any sense. Roman's not going to be past Bob Backlund.
I mean, like,
Bob Backlund
you say old records that don't make sense, right? Ric Flair's record at one time was one of those records. Like, nobody's winning the title 16 fucking times. Who's doing that? And here we are, Triple H with 14, Randy with 13. Cena is 16 times the world champion. Charlotte's on her way. As a woman,
they could always just make Charlotte the all-time winning champion of all time. They could just do it and be like, just keep it a Flair name. But I'd rather see John Cena or Randy Orton pass that shit. Hopefully Randy Orton's healthy for the Rumble. Hopefully he's just healthy in general. That'd be nice.
Not looking good, bro.
Yep. You know, Riddle out there in the streets. Hopefully he's healthy and, you know, off that coca.
He needs to stop. He needs to stop snorting coke with them strippers and porn stars.
We'll see. But May Valentine to win the women's Conclusion of the show.
In the words of the late great Owen Hart, enough is enough, and it's time for a change.
All right, that concludes today's show, where we did cover everything in about 30 minutes, and it went into tangents about Royal Rumbles and WrestleManias. But good discussion for everybody trying to get hyped for the Royal Rumble. So tune in to tomorrow, the Untitled Mania Market Show, where we will cover everything that was AEW and Dynamite and NXT, where they are doing things. Which just makes me laugh every time I watch NXT.
I'm going to be dropping a Royal Rumble episode from the mid-card mess, so go peep that out when I drop it. It's going to drop either today or tomorrow.
Yeah, I think we should, I wouldn't mind doing a collabo of getting something together for the WrestleMania, covering all 30, whatever number we're on WrestleManias. I don't even know what number it's on right now.
We are on 39. This is WrestleMania 39.
Whew. Fuck, I feel like 30 was like 2 years ago when Undertaker's streak ended.
Man, I'm still shocked. I'm still shocked. I remember exactly what happened. My son, I scared the shit out of my son because I couldn't believe what the fuck happened.
The fuck happened?
No, but like it was like I had friends over. I had my son sitting on my lap, and then the 3 count happened. I was like, oh shit, and then he started crying and shit. I'm like, oh no, wait, Landon, no.
Wait, chill. No. It was immediate, like, I remember seeing that 3 going, was that 3? And then I see Paul in the ring go, oh my God. And I go, they're going to pull this back or something, right?
They're not going to pull it back.
They're going to pull this back, right? They're going to pull this back.
That was 3. I thought that was the end of Undertaker right there. I was like, he's not wrestling no more. It's over for him. It's done.
It ended that way. It's the only way it should have ended. Or him getting his ass whooped by Sting.
AEW is going to do it. Watch. They're going to have it.
Hey, you know, AEW and WWE, I want you guys to get your shit together. One time. Just one time. Put Sting in the Rumble. You put Undertaker in the Rumble. I know you want to pack these old men up, Jamal. You just have them stare down. They just throw each other out just to say that they were in the ring at the same time together. I don't give a damn what you're thinking, Jamal. Okay? I want this. I need this. My life feels incomplete without them ever even being in the ring at the same time together.
That's a lie. They've been in the ring at the same time. They worked at WCW together.
I don't want that shit. I don't want that big booty red and all that. I need the Undertaker. The
Statman strikes
not
again.
Not Mark Calloway, his black glove and all that. Fuck all that. I need the Undertaker. I don't want Mean Mark.
Dingoes, nigga.
I don't care about the Tango Warriors and anything in the past. Fuck all that. I need the modern characters. Or, their most known characters.
That's just like saying that you need Zack Ryder as an edgehead versus Nikki from the Spirit Squad 1-on-1 against each other with the reality show Miz as the special referee. That's what you're telling me.
No, that's what you were trying to give me right now. You were trying to get me Vinny Vegas versus let me think of another knockoff character that he versus the Big Texas Scott Hall. That's what you trying to give me. I need Puerto Rican Scott. I need Puerto Rican Scott. And I need Big Sexy Kevin Nash.
Oh man. Instead of Simon Dean, instead of Simon Diamond, you're gonna get Simon Dean with the Simon Dean system.
Instead of Sandman, I'm getting Hack. Instead of Mike Awesome, I'm getting that 70s dude. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Yo. You're not getting Stone Cold. You're getting straight Ringmaster vibes.
Yeah, you get Ringmaster.
You're getting the Ringmaster.
Don't want any of that.
Oh, man.
That'd be the worst. That'd be the worst.
It's not Kane. It's
Isaac Yankum.
Isaac Yankum.
Or if I'm really lucky, Fake Diesel.
The irony in that is that years later, he does a movie that takes niggas' teeth out their fucking mouth.
Classic.
Tennessee, this is your mayor. This is your mayor.
Knox County, that's your mayor. This your mayor. He's electrocuting the man's nuts right here. Y'all voted for that?
This is what you do.
Well, his abortion policies are amazing. His abortion policies are amazing. You voted for a monster. He had sex with a dead body, not when she was alive, but while she was dead.
Oh. All right, I think we rambled.
Yeah, let's wrap this up. We rambled for about 30 minutes of just nonsense, but it's fine. Whatever. You guys have a good night. Check out the big
Manny in the back talking about wrap that shit up. Wrap it up. You got to wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Yeah, wrap it up, yo. Wrap it up, B. But even Manny's used to the rambling at the end of our show. It's just not so rambling. Like, we can end. All right.
I'm surprised he didn't run in yet. His famous run-ins on ET.
So, man, he run in minute. I just want to add one thing.
We're for 20 extra minutes.
Yeah, Nick Aldis is the greatest wrestler of all time. That's all Manny be talking about. I swear. Off camera, that's all he talks about. Manny is fake as shit on this show. All behind the scenes, he has a Nick Aldis poster. He has he's got a
secret 10 pounds of gold with the autograph in the back. It's on like a pedestal.
Yeah. It's absurd.
He's got a side picture of Mickey James with his face.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if me and Jamal end up on a Netflix documentary talking about how we talked about Manny and Nick Aldis' relationship was very unhealthy. That's all I'm saying. We always thought it was unhealthy. We just never thought he would try to sneak into Mickey James' house. Talk about he on some British invasion shit.
Doug Williams and Rob Terry are accomplices.
Yes. All right, that's it. The Nick Aldis podcast is over. We are going to end this right now. Again, people have to make our best podcast. Check us for the watch along and whatever, the untitled and retro and all the shit that's on this channel. Check out Jamal's shorts and predictions and everything.
Before I forget, I will not be attending the watch along for Royal Rumble. I'm sorry in advance. Can't do it.
Okay. It's all right. So. It happens. It happens. I feel betrayed. Not saying. No, it's all right. You'll be there in spirit. When a random Japanese wrestler come out, we're not gonna know who's there. No Jamal. We're gonna be like, we needed Jamal for this one. This guy right here. No one knows who he is but Jamal. And Jamal's watching Royal Rumble, going, "Oh my god." I don't even know who that wrestler could be. And just be like, "Oh my god." I can't believe they did that. We're all just, everybody else in the wrestling world looking to us like, who?
Who the fuck is this? You don't know? You don't fucking know?
You don't fucking know who this is? It's terrible. Hilo Del Viking shows up in the Rumble for no reason. Like,
that'd be dope.
What's going on?
Dragon Lee on the way.
Highest paid NXT wrestler. Maybe Mandy will show up.
Imagine.
All of this for this? Really? Just a ploy to get her off NXT and get her some publicity. Now she's back in the Rumble. And more dangerous than ever. Sable's in the Rumble this year, guys.
Pack her the fuck up out of here. Get her out of here, bro.
No. Sable's in the Rumble.
Next thing you're going to tell me Dawn Marie is going to be in that hole too, right? And then Tori Wilson and Kelly and Eve Torres.
You breaking news. You breaking news right now. I got Layla, Michelle McCool.
All up out of here.
What, Oksana? I'm bringing random ones that didn't do shit. What's the King's girlfriend? Kat? I forgot her actual name.
My God. Gonna get Tiffany in that hole too? Get her out of here.
Get Cherry from Deuce and Domino. You fuck Terry Terrell.
Next thing you're gonna tell me Rob Conway is entering the Royal Rumble. Just look at me.
Look at me. Ain't I a sight to see? Oh man.
The whole damn world wanna look just like me. Just look at me.
You know, it's the greatest wasted theme song of all time.
Better than Union?
Yeah. All right, that's it for real this time. I'm gonna hit the cancel button. We're out of here. We're out of here.
For real this time.
For real this time.
For real this time.
Look at these guys fight.
You make my earthquake.
All right, everybody. Have a good night.